Hello everyone, this is Vocal Thunder, and I'm here to bring you another episode of LoLing. I apologize for the long wait. For those of you who don't know me personally, I have been really busy with school and a lot of exams and things like that, so I haven't had the chance to really work on the videos I have. So this is a slightly older video. I'm thinking it's about 2 patches ago that I recorded this, and this is actually the first game that Delovely has since she got her internet back, perhaps a month or two ago. Yeah, it's been a while since we've played this game. We've played quite a few more games since then, and in this game, I'm actually playing my jungle Sion, and which is rare for me to do. Usually I lane with him and I go AP, but this time I'm going AD, and yeah, this turns out to be a pretty one-sided game. Spoiler alert, but it is the first game that Delovely has back, and for those of you who watched my very first episode of LoLing and said that she wasn't doing so well, this will probably change your mind. But yeah, today is, I believe, April the 15th, and recently, Brand came out. So, and oh, you guys just missed. Mumu got away with maybe like 10 HP there, which is really close. But as you can see, I'm cutting out pretty much, well, speeding up all the slow and boring parts where nothing's happening. But yeah, I'm thinking that'll be one of the things that I do more often in my videos, because it just helps save time, and that way I don't have to scramble for things to talk about. But like I was saying, Bran came out recently, and I don't know what you guys think about him. A lot of people say he's pretty strong. He's got a really strong early game, almost as good as Annie. Probably better too, since he has more AoE. But yeah, I haven't decided whether or not I'm going to buy him. He has a skill shot, which is more than a little bit more difficult to use than Annie's, since Annie's is AoE skill shot with her Tibbers. But he's got a lot of team fight potential, seeing that his ultimate actually bounces off multiple targets. So, as you can see here, I'm applying a little bit of pressure on this Corki. But I overstay my welcome a little bit, and he tries to take me down by ghosting and auto-attacking me. Luckily for me, he is out of mana and won't be able to continue his chase. And that's what I find really strong about Sion. He's got a lot of survivability, seeing that he does have that shield, and he's got a stun, which allows him to initiate very well in team fights, and just help him get away from sticky situations like back there against that Corki. But yeah, AD Sion's kind of strange. He's got a decent early and middle game, but it's really his end game that shines the most when he has the lifesteal needed to help him survive for a long time in teamfights. And so our Jarvan here initiating on both Alistar and Akali, and Delovely making a very smart play, ulting the Akali back into range for us, just enough for us to get the kill. And so, like I said, jungle Sion, pretty good early and mid game. He does have a stun, which makes him very ideal for ganking, and that's what makes him a decent jungler as well. I think a few patches ago they removed the popping of projectiles when you use flash, and that has made Sion more viable and stronger, seeing that you can no longer pop his stun with flash. Before you could just simply pop his stun with a flash, even if the ganker had perfect positioning on you, and flash was basically a get out of jail free card against Sion. But now is not so much the case, and I'm really happy about those changes that they made a few patches ago for Sion. So as you can see, we're doing pretty well in lanes too. Corki's getting a little bit of help from Amumu, but seeing that we put Amumu behind earlier in the game, he's not as much of a he doesn't have as much influence in the lanes as he should. So Jarvan coming in with another ulti onto Akali, who gets away after the ulti breaks, but it unfortunately cannot escape my stun. And so I gotta really attribute that one to our pretty good team comp, seeing that we do have Jarvan. Jarvan is, in my opinion, one of the best gankers in the game, seeing that he does have his ultimate, which you can only escape using a flash, and his flag and spear combo, which allows him to cover very giant distances. But noted that in Nocturne, with his recent release, has been pretty big in terms of changing the ganking game. I still feel that Jarvan really pulls his weight in terms of ganking, and he doubles as a very good jungler. So Corki getting away with his Valkyrie there. Smart play, but decides to come back, which is a play I do not understand, because he just used his Valkyrie fresh, and so does not have the means to escape any kind of stuns that we have, and so we get the kill there. And so this play right here, I decide to draw tower aggro away from the minions by attacking the Akali, and that way we're able to effectively tower dive her. Yeah, I don't know why they decided to stay there, but our team wasn't that great. Our opponents weren't that great this game, so kind of hard to say. And there we go with the ulti. Kassadin being one of the few champions able to escape Jarvan's ult after it has been cast. And it has made Jarvan a very interesting counter to certain champions. I found that he's very good against champions like Olaf or Yi, who rely on very powerful self buffs to help them escape bad situations. Alistar getting caught completely out of position there, and we have a team fight here. Kassadin decides to stay a little too long as well, and I don't really understand some positioning of our opponents here, but that's good for us. Delovely getting tagged with a late ignite there, and me almost getting away, but Corki getting that kill. But yeah, looking at our team composition, we've got a pretty good team. We've got Annie, Sion, Jarvan, and Urgot, who all have very powerful CCs. And Katarina, who is just overall like a very, very big, big teamfight champion. So, um, needless to say, our opponents have their work cut out for them. So here we are, initiating another team fight. Almost getting Corki out of position again. And it's strange because we actually managed to catch their Corki out of position very often. Like here, I actually set up a bit of a trap for Corki as he comes out of the brush. Because he decides to face check. And that is one of the things you should not do as a carry, such as Corki. You should not face check. There again, Jarvan with his ult, catching Akali out of position. And it's just such a powerful ulti because in combined with Urgot, simply because if he manages to catch you with it, Urgot can just really fire his poison heat-seeking thing and allows him to lock on, which is very, very deadly. And champions like Akali just have no way of defending against that. And there again, as you can see, Sion being such a great farmer when going AD. I usually play AD when I have a jungle, and AP if I am laning. But I don't know which one's really better. Early to mid game seems to favor AD. Sorry, AP a little bit more, and once you reach the late game phase, AD wins out easily, simply because the ulti really works with attack speed and AD, because it allows you to heal for like ridiculous amounts on Sion, and seeing that he already has some very good survivability through his W passive, his E passive. It allows him to stay in fights for a very long time, and he's a very huge threat once it gets into late game as AD. So Jarvan here stealing the buff, and we're getting ready for another gank. Seeing that they probably did not realize that we were all in the bush there. Jarvan throwing down another ult. Kassadin almost getting away, but the cooldown on his ultimate just a little too long. Akali again cut out of position, and Delovely makes a very, very good ult. Completely destroying Akali. And I guess that's one of the main reasons why you see a lot of Urgot play in higher elo games. Urgot's just such a powerful initiator because you can just single out targets, and there's just no way they can escape after they've been forced into a fight like that.